Hey guys, Dan here. This is a follow-up video to one of my initial ones, the fuel economy review. That was after a month. Right now I have 19,000 kilometers on it, and we've only owned it for about 6 months. But the key thing that I want to highlight is that we came back from a 7,000 kilometer drive, and I wanted to highlight over the course of that what we actually did for fuel economy, how much diesel exhaust fluid we burnt, because I like to think that as a consideration. I know on the other fuel economy video, a lot of people commented that why are you worried about a fuel economy on a 1-ton? But let's face it, prices aren't getting cheaper. So this information could be useful for a lot of people. I would have definitely appreciated that when I was shopping around. But I'm going to hop into the truck like we did last time, because right now, as you can see, it's winter and it is minus 20 Celsius. So let's stay warm. Okay guys, I'm in the truck trying to get a little warm. Had it running for a bit there, charging and getting this camera all warm. But let's try and keep it short and sweet. I got my cheat sheet. So we went from Alberta to Ontario to visit family over the Christmas break, and we did a kilometers of 7,041.4 kilometers. What kind of driving was this? Well, those of you that have done this drive know it's vast prairies mixed with some kind of hilly, mountainous when you get above the Great Lakes there. And then you got back down to highway. And of course, this actually included the city type driving that we did once we hit Southern Ontario. So that's what's going to kind of skew these numbers, but I still want to present them as a whole in regards to it. So here we go. We spent $1,262.51 on fuel. This was Canadian prices, so American brethren, that it's a heck of a lot cheaper. Getting to the actual numbers, okay? So what we have here is the worst average that I got. Mind you, I'm going to put the Excel spreadsheet here like I always do, and these numbers are hand calculated via that. So the worst mileage I got was 13.68 liters per 100. That's still pretty good, because if you actually turn around and look at it, that's when we got into towns and cities and things like that. Stuck in traffic. So I understand this mileage. The best that we got, so this was a 10.85 liters per 100. And the key takeaway from this is we still did idle it a little bit. We were driving in the middle of December across Canada, so hitting the negative temperatures was quite frequent. And when we wake up in the morning, we would start it, let it run for a little bit. I know this is kind of bad, but when we're trying to get a whole family that's still kind of half asleep into a truck, it's better to do it warm than it is to do it cold. Then they will complain. So this is still pretty good. I do want to point out that the average was 11.73. Now this is kind of interesting. This is about close to the average that I found on my last video there when it came to month, and it goes across the board. I did notice, interestingly enough, diesel exhaust fluid burns. And normally what would happen is you would catch on the readout that it had some sort of block kind of deal, like percentage of diesel exhaust filter. And this whole drive, I never seen it go up once. It basically active burn cycled the entire drive. And this is where I want to turn around and highlight the diesel exhaust fluid usage. And in that, we burned for the whole drive 19.69 liters of it. Correct me if I'm wrong, people. This is a 20-liter tank, so we got pretty darn close. And what we ended up averaging is 357.65 kilometers per liter of diesel exhaust fluid. And at the time I filled up, it was $1.10 a liter for diesel exhaust fluid still. So it doesn't necessarily add too much extra cost when it comes down to it. A couple things I do want to point out. On the drive, I got better fuel economy when I was not using cruise control. For some reason, the cruise control on this actually adds another liter per 100 kilometers easily. I'll put a picture here that the wife snapped for me, and what it was is the lyometer in the dash hit 9.5, 9.6 liters per 100, which I've actually gotten a couple fuel economy numbers of that, but it was actually able to read that, and it was interesting. Unfortunately, I didn't fill up until we hit a big city, because there's actually very few fill ups in Northern Ontario there. So it had some other driving in regards to it. So I didn't get that actual hand calculated data to prove it right or wrong. But this is where I also want to highlight the lyometer, I like to call it. So when I started out this trip, I reset everything. I have trips 1 and 2, reset trip 2, just so I could get accurate data for you guys. And the lyometer said that I averaged 10.8 liters per 100, which is obviously off, because hand calculated, we turned around and got 11.73. So take it as you will. I've read some forums where guys are adjusting the lyometer with Forescan. I don't know. I would love to hear if anybody's actually done this, but this is what I got right now. And what I do is I trust the hand calculated numbers over what that says. But to sum up, this truck is still getting pretty amazing mileage. I do believe that the burn cycles, or the burning of the diesel exhaust fluid, is definitely affecting its overall fuel economy, because again, you can see it even on this. When it went into an active burn cycle, the fuel economy on the dash would go up, and I would lose miles off of the kilometers per empty. Ugh, cold still kind of getting me there, guys. So take that with you will. I can't really talk or mention what might be able to solve this, but who knows? Maybe in the future we can do something like that. So anyways, needless to say, 11.73 liters per 100 is the average we got on a 7,041 kilometer trip in a 1-ton truck with 355 gears and enough luggage and Christmas presents for a family of 5 visiting their family back home. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you get something from it. And stay tuned, as we got more videos coming in regards to this truck and our 2003 truck. So hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you soon.